I hate that people take my kindness for a weakness. I was swimming with the sharks, took a dive off the deep end. I be moving different. I ain't had no kids that on me deep and take a walk up in my shoes with to survive through the weekend. I hate that people take my kindness for a weakness. I was swimming with the sharks, took a dive off the deep end. I be moving different. I ain't had no kids that on me deep and take a walk up in my shoes with to survive through the weekend.
You already know who it is. It's your boy Cannon with the camera. Just call me Cannon. If you know me, holla at me. Thank you for subscribing to the channel. You locked in with your boy. Today I got a special guest, my man Amadaye the Apostle. Look, I've been knowing this man for quite a while. It's funny how, things come full circle. But I finally got to get you number 12 on there, the Apostle, the 12 Apostles. I had to have my man Amadaye come in, man. Shout outs to you. Thank you for, being a part of the channel and supporting. Tell everybody a little bit about yourself.
And first of all, thank you for having me on, man. Like you said, Amadaye the Apostle, one half of the Paradigm Shift, founder of the Urban Healers, a lyricist, but also, an activator, activist, organizer, and a nation builder, So, that we're gonna start first and foremost with that, man, But like I said, at the end of the day, I'm just your brother, Amadaye the Apostle.
Yeah, I like where you're going with that. You had a couple of different hats on there, and you got a lot coming up, man. But how did you come up with the name Amadaye the Apostle?
Amadaye, to be honest, right, I was also producing for a while as well.
Really? That is new to me. I didn't know that.
Right, yeah. So it was Amadeus, right? And matter of fact, to go even further, right? My name was Ayatollah, right?
Okay.
And then there was a producer that came out by the name of Ayatollah that was, much more famous than I was. So I just humbly changed my name to Amadeus, and then just started thinking about the movie and all of that, and copyright situations and all of that. And one day, just in a rhyme, I just said Amadaye, just kind of, playing Amadeus short, right? And it just stuck. And the Apostle just came naturally because, I always was dealing with spiritual matters since early on in my youth, so that was just like natural to add on to it, and Amadaye the Apostle, and it just clicked and I ran with it ever since.
Okay. And so has hip hop been in your upbringing since a youth? How did you get into doing music and producing?
Like it always been somewhere in the core, right? I would say my writing started off somewhat as poetry, right? Okay. As I would tell people, I was inspired by my father and my uncle. My uncle was locked up and he used to write letters back to my father, and they would do it in poetry form a lot, or they would have poetry attached to the letters. And so reading that poetry from them inspired me to start writing poetry. Then that got me more into like, making my own songs and even creating different visuals in my mind. Like I guess what people would do, like video treatments. I was doing that early on. I go to my pops, say, this is my song and this is how the video gonna go. and all of that. So it was just a lot of creativity just flowing from me early on. And then just nurturing and developing it through the years, and my experience from, life experiences just watered the seeds. And then after that, it just became more, more conscious, more refined, and more defined as the years came.
Yeah, like where you going with that. So you started producing. When did you start actually taking rap seriously?
It depends, right? Because what you mean serious? Like I always been writing, right? But I never took it as a business, something that I would really, pursue to that degree. I think that happened, I would say, on and off at different times, right? But I would say going into the 2000s is when I created a company called Top of the World, and to be honest, the funny thing is, even when I started that, I wanted to develop other talent and other artists, but the problem was I never found nobody that was serious about it. So to be honest, I started the company to fall back, but after a while of dealing with other people and getting frustrated with their lack of seriousness and ambition, I said, man, you know what? And I just started coining it myself and just catapulting it. And, that's kind of been an ongoing theme, to be honest with you, where I get around a circle of individuals, and next thing I know, I say the cream rise to the top, but that was because I always had a vision, and to be honest, the vision didn't start or stop with the music. That was just the vehicle that was being used.
Right. So that's like the mechanism to catapult the situation.
Right, absolutely. And so to be honest, so even with that, like right now, even at this point in time, is the first time that I'm doing it with an actual mindset of getting a return on my investment. Looking at my music as a product, looking at myself as a product. Like this is brand new right now in the moment, as far as that is concerned. Other than that, I just was doing, like I said, other things, but at this point it's like, hey, you put more than your 10,000 hours in this. Like other things, I'm an entrepreneur and I'm an investor at heart. So, I do a lot of other things for investing and all that. But I was like, this is one of the things that you're best at, that you can do without even thinking about. So let's reactivate this, but let's reactivate this as a product and put this before the people, put some marketing dollars behind it and things of that nature, So I would say this is actually a new beginning, even from this standpoint, and I mean, I guess to get even more personal with it, I was married, I'm a widow, right? And my wife, this was her passion and her dream. You know what I mean? So I was in the background supporting and investing in her vision and dreams.
I remember when I first met you, remember?
Yeah, absolutely. And even then, like, I mean, I did rap, but my mindset is more nation building. So I was like, this is cool, it's entertainment, it's cool. But I had what I thought to say bigger visions, but then I thought like this is connected to that, this is the same thing that the propaganda they use to infect our community. How can we can use it to disinfect, to inspire, to empower. So I started looking at my gift as just that. It's a gift that should be used, should be unwrapped for the world. They say share your gifts with the world so you die empty. So this is something that I can not only bless me and my family with, but bless others with the gift of speech. So I took it more serious, and not only that, I feel like I'm still living out her dreams. Like she's exercising through me at this point. And so I played the background for so long. It's like it's now time to play the forefront.
Right. So you've essentially been this was a springboard to bring you forward, because like you said, she was kind of the one that really wanted to do the music, because she used to sing, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, she used to sing. She had a couple bars too, man. She was like the long hair, had the guitar and all of that, man. So she was, she was doing that thing, and she had a gift, man. She had an angelic voice, and she was blessed with that. And I was cool playing the background and just creating the companies and creating the ideas to get sponsorships and all of that kind of stuff. That was my lane. Like, okay, you got to. I'm a creator. I'm a manifester. I'm a generator. So, if there's a vision present, I'm gonna activate it and make it happen. But now, like I said, I always tried to do that for other individuals, even like I said, with the companies and all of that. So what happens if you put that energy in yourself?
Yeah, for sure.
And that's what we, in the short time, that's what we seeing. And, I'm starting to see results already, but like I said, I look at it like, we just getting started.
Yeah, I like where you coming from with that. Speaking of music in that aspect, you are working on a project, right? You got something that you get ready to release soon.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, to be honest with you, I just uploaded it on the site yesterday, and I'm already getting sales today. It's funny, I ain't even I ain't even activated, like I ain't even put it out like, yo, the album is available, and I'm seeing sales come through like, whoa, okay. Now don't touch the streaming services to February 2nd, which is the day of the event.
Okay.
But I got the website is active on there right now, www.amadayeapostle.com. You know, and the project is the Mona Lisa. You know, we got the hip hop version of Mona Lisa, the streets Mona Lisa. You know, the
Mhm.
black Mona Lisa. Even though I heard the original Mona Lisa was black anyway, but we bringing it back to the essence, and we
Mhm.
make it. My wife, you know, Paula Muhammad, Genesis Days is that version of hip hop's Mona Lisa. So, you know, we creating a classic, a masterpiece for the streets, you know, and that's you know, that's pretty much the project in itself. You know, it's a collection, you know, through the years. It got, you know, some older material, but a lot of it is new as well, man. And you know, I'm excited about releasing it, excited about seeing the response of the people, man. I feel like it's a classic. It's something that's needed. You know, music with substance, music with emotion and passion, you know, but also with a purpose.
Okay. How many tracks on that?
You know, well, initially it was 12, right? But I remixed one of the songs on there, so it's a remix to the song on there, making it 13.
Okay.
You know,
Okay.
and I did one, and just pretty much it just took the drums out and added some instrumentation, made it real poetic, man. Like, and it was funny because that happened in the mix, and we was mixing it down, and we just happened to take it out, and we was playing it with like just without the beat, and it just magic took over the whole room, right? And it's like, I'm like, yo, oh my god, like it sounded like a whole nother song.
Right.
Like,
Yeah,
yo,
that's how that goes sometimes.
I'm like, yo, I need that version. To the point where I started listening to that more than the original. Like, cause it just cause it brought up more presence to what I was actually saying,
Yep.
you
So
know.
so this is a beat that you produced, or you had somebody working on it at the studio with you?
Yeah, no, I didn't produce any of the tracks on here. Like I said, I kind of fell back off that now for a minute because I wanted to be able to direct the energy, you know, in certain places. And so I got some people by the name of Dream Life. Dream
Oh.
Life Beats did about 90% of the project. You know, I got a beat from the brother J Funk, hometown, homegrown. You
Mm.
know, but I reached out to a lot of different people that produced that sound, that classic sound that I needed. You know, that soundscape, that soundtrack. You know, and like I said, Dream Life, they had the sound, but it was, you know, a couple of Row House brothers. You know, so it was a couple. I got, you know, I got the Super Friends lined up. You know what I mean?
Okay, you got your squad.
Yeah, yeah, and I'm even on the MCs vibe too. You know, I brought a lot of people along to create the right soundtrack, and also to show what unity look like. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's my thing. You know, because I see a lot of things that's divided, a lot of people that's divided. And I think some people feel like to be at the top, they got to take your spot or somebody else's spot. And I'm more with the mindset that collaboration over competition. You
Mm.
know, so let's show what the cooperative, you know, economics in the sense of this, you know, because it's intellectual property. Let's join forces and let's create a force that's forced to be recognized.
I
You know?
understand where you're coming from. Now, speaking of, you said that as well as this project, you have an event attached to the project.
Absolutely, absolutely. So we have an album release party coming out, right? And I partnered with, and speaking of the unity piece, you know, I teamed up with a sister by the name of Sister D. She Dandelion, she goes by as well. But
Mhm.
you know, we connect with, you know, she was putting out that album, she just put it out and she was talking about this as being like, you know, her first project and you know, first solo effort. And I was like, hey, you know, let's collab. Let's collab. Let's throw something together that just the city hasn't seen in a while. You know, a little while ago, I spearheaded an event called Hip Hop Ain't Dead, and
Mhm.
that brought a sense of, you know, at least the feeling of unity. So we wanted to do the same thing, but we wanted to raise up the vibration with this.
Okay.
So we reached out and got the God Planet Asia. You know, that's a brother from out Cali. You know, he been ripping up the underground scene for a long time. He's part of the hieroglyphic, you know, community and all of that. So thought it was only right, you know, to reach out to the God and bring him down. And he was excited to come to the city. Said he hasn't been here in a long time. He also was collabing with artists from here. So in addition to that, we connected with the artists that's from here. You know, we got brothers like Snook the Crook, you know, part of Dirt Platoon, you know, Ill Conscious, you know, that been killing the scene all throughout the country as well. Both of them brothers, Liberated Scarfaces, D Skills and Black Chakra. You know, Silhouette, Unc, K Mac, it's people that's been what I would say pillars for the city, cultivators of the culture, and just wanted to look what that looked like if we all come together and create a force that like I said, that's force to be reckoned with. So, we reached out to him. I said, I put the Batman symbol in the air, it's like Avengers assemble, and the brothers was also excited to be a part of it. So, I'm on it, I'm on it and excited. This is a milestone for myself, for my family. And I feel like even for the culture, you know what I'm saying, especially here, where culture still needs to be created and cultivated. No disrespect to anybody that built what they built before, but I just think a lot of the tribalism need to stop. And a lot of us need to focus more on the purpose and what we got into this for. And I believe that that's family, right?
Yeah.
We think about our babies, so let's do something that's productive for them. And I think we could put some of the silly stuff to the side if we can connect with, they say, community, common unity, right? We build that community again, and we have that common unity to build something that will exist before, long after we're not here. Our music can be immortalized, our efforts can be immortalized, and maybe we can change the state of the city. We always was prideful about saying it was the murder capital of the world. How about we say this is the most peaceful city in the world? But that's February 2nd. Let me get more into that. February 2nd, it's going to be at the Sizzle. That's our White Marsh, spot out there. We connected with them people, good people up there, and they pretty much opened up the doors and the red carpet for us to do what we want to do. And then we went, like I said, so we wanted to do something, start off with something right. But, we'll be doing things throughout the year in there as well. But this is just the planting the seed right here.
And
So,
it looked like you have a hefty card with this one. You said Planet Asia headliner.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Planet Asia, myself, Sister D, like I said, Snook the Crook, Ill Conscious. Matter of fact, I need the flyer. Let me get the flyer real quick so I can read off everybody. Then we got Onk, like I said, that's K-Mac and J Funk. Liberated Scarfaces, that's D Skills and Black Chakra. We got Silhouette. We got Like the Oracle, so we had to bring the Queens in there too as well. We got Nondescript. That's my brother from out Jersey, and then we got Twano with the hits, younger brother, so we even got, something for the younger brothers as well, the younger sisters, and try to connect the what's that bridge, that gap.
Yeah, that's important.
Because that's important too. They say a youthless movement is a useless movement, right? So gotta had a now I want to say babies, but just me coming from my school of thought, I throw that word out there automatically, man. But I guess to some degree we all develop and all babies in some sense,
You came up in '79, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely, man. So that's the thing, man. So at the same time, I'm still like I said, learning the game, but at the same time, I'm an elder. So it's like each one teach one, not too old to learn, but not too, I can teach and I can learn. And that's what it's all about, man. Not coming through with no ego or none of that, just saying, hey, man, I'm here, and I'm reaching out to my brothers like, hey, I need your help. I need your help. And that's cool to say that, And we helping each other.
No, I like what you said there. It sounds like you putting together like a coalition,
That's the plan. That's the plan. Ultimately, man, is to for us to connect. Not just the artists, not just the rappers, the singers, the DJs, the promoters. Everybody that got some skin in the game. Let's connect. And like I said, the goal is really to create an economy, and you got to do that together. You know what I'm saying? So that's the thing, but at the same time, it's not like an open door policy. Just because you want in, you can get in, but it's something that, you get qualified, you get vetted for. I always go back to the Avengers, it's like Nick Fury, he had to come in, he selected the ones that he wanted to be a part of that Avengers initiative, right? And that's kind of what this is, so it's still, you still got to be chosen and selected, but it's a lot here. So, it's a lot of growth here. Matter of fact, I'm repping my brother. What's this? Ownership is gangster. The Snook the Crook line right here. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, it's all about us building with one another, putting our brands there, you know, like I said, letting go of the ego and know that, you know, everybody got a gift from within, but sometimes you need another person to help you unlock that gift. You know, we call it mining over here in our Urban Healers. That's a part of the network that I'm building as well. Urban Healers deal with health, wealth, and knowledge itself, and that's the main thing is, you know, putting God's people together. You know, putting the lights together, because a lot of times, often in every family, in every group, every organization, there may be one light, but a lot of times people get jealous of that light. They get intimidated of that light. They try to stomp out that light, right? You know, they don't use the light the right way. But I said, what happens if it's a crew of lights? You know what I mean? Where everybody's a light and the lights help the other lights. And we, you know, instead of for that person being a source of intimidation, now it's a source of inspiration. And now you put the lights together, and now it's a bigger light, it's a luminous light, you know, glorious light, as they say, you know, and light attract light. So, you know, that's the goal, man. Changing it around where the things that normally made a person an outcast or made them, you know, an object of hate or jealousy, you know, let's change that game. You know, but that's pretty much the basis of the coalition right there, man. It's just connecting with people that want to make positive moves, you know, positive frequency. That's killing negativity. Let's kill the silly beefs, the silly competitions. I mean, don't get me wrong, positive competition could be healthy, right? You know, still sharp and still. So we're not taking away that element. You know, we all sharp. You know, we all trying to keep each other sharp.
Yeah.
You know, but it's a positive way of doing that as well. You know, without anybody, you know, especially here in Baltimore, man. You know, certain things can end in loss of life. You know what I'm saying? You know, you're saying the wrong word, the wrong diss record, you know, can end up very different. You know, so it's like, you know, that's you know, since we know that, that's moving intelligence. You know, they say you knew better, you do better, right?
100%. Talk about can you talk about how what's your, you know, and I kind of got a roundabout idea, but I want you for the audience. What's your feelings on the state of how some of the greats in the hip hop corridor of this Baltimore hip hop thing, like how they not as cohesive as they could be with all of the beef and the infighting? What's something that you could say? You don't have to get any particulars or anybody's personal business, but how could, you know, what's going on to create this huge division in the city far as the hip hop scene, far as boom back? Like why is it not one huge, like when you look at other cities, you know, shout outs to D Skills. He was saying to me, like, him and Lou Abel, aka Lou Boogie, mentioned New York, how they got a boom bap scene and it's thriving, or Philadelphia, or even Atlanta, what they seen, or even look at how Cali moving, where ever since the event of that Kendrick Lamar Drake disc, you've seen so many West Coast artists band together. But what's going on with our city where we have a lot? You named a few greats in our city, but why can't they get together? What's going on?
I think it could be a couple of things, right? I think the most important thing, right? Because nobody is necessarily, I'm not, you know, quote unquote popped off, right? Made it. I think it's the battle of being the first. You know what I'm saying? Everybody want to be that one guy that's the guy. And I think that sends it to a certain class, a certain ego, right? And then also, you know, this not being a music city, it doesn't necessarily have the economy, because I believe, you know, some of that is cultural, right? Just out of just being quote unquote African American, you know, I'll go back even to Willie Lynch and other things, you know, but there's certain things that just have us have division naturally. And being that, you know, it's not a music city, I think other cities had a certain economy, being that record labels are there or they was getting signed. So I think the money forced them, you know what I mean, to connect with, like, okay, if you got a plug in your city that has the money, you naturally, you're gonna put that thing aside, because you see what can change your life right before you, right? But you don't see that here, where nobody has that reign where they could change your life upon connecting and building with them. So the person that you could collab with, you look at them as your potential enemy, or like, yo, we fighting for the same spot. So I think
they're a threat. They're a
right.
threat because nobody has officially turned this into New York, Cali, or subsequently
Yeah,
Atlanta.
New Jersey. I think a lot of it, and some of it is when that one person popped off. Then I think naturally it affected their crew, and then it sprinkled out, to the whole city. So, like I said, we may have had certain glimpses of certain hopes of it, but I don't think we reached that platform yet. And then a lot of, like you said, some of our greats and pillars, they was popping when it wasn't no social media, and even then being here, a lot of them, before they could even get it jumping, hip hop was kind of at war with club music at
Yeah,
first,
our city, if you talk about music, our city, our legends is basically in the club scene in terms of we got a lot of house music DJs, club music DJs, you
Right.
know. So shout outs to them, the great.
Absolutely.
But
Absolutely.
when it comes to that the essence of hip hop, that boom bap sound, we got a lot of street trap rappers, but we don't when you
Right.
I could I can name them off top, but when it
Yeah,
comes
yeah.
to our boom bap scene, it's kind of
Right.
hard because our city don't really embrace that, in my
And
opinion.
I say this too because I remember back in the day, for one of the MCs to pop off, remember they had to get like a Rod Lee beat, and
Right.
and then they'll get that radio play, but it'd be that club music, right? And like I said, don't get me wrong. I mean, I know that's that's our home
That's our
sound, right?
yeah, that's our
So,
hometown.
so it's no shot to that, but it was a separation, and I know that was a hard thing to break through. For some of the brothers that was doing that, and like I said, and they are part of this show. K Mac, he tells that story all the time on how they fought them battles. The DJ King Freeman, that's a part of it. He spoke about it. Matter of fact, I think he used to work around Unruly and them as well. But so that was part of it, but now it's changing, and I'm trying to collab. Like I said, me and brother K Mac, we actually, we that was the brainchild of both of us to form something like the coalition. So we always talked about that. I'm working with the brother Mark Math, who was a part of LMS. Back in the day, he was forbidden, and like I said, so I'm working with some of the legends now, and that's the thing, man. It's just us. We got a common goal, we want to change that, that which they went through in the past, and make it easier for, like you said, for that boom bap scene, because like you say, even though, you got other brothers here that are excelling, and shout out to all of them, but that's still a different, and sometimes with us, when you go to rock, you got light rock, you got hard rock, you got death metal, but when they say hip hop, they try to put it all in one pot. You know what I'm saying? And that's another reason why it's clashing, because it's all in one pot, but you got something that appeals to the youth, you got something that appeals to the elders, and you got some people that can hit all angles, but it's still they all still fighting for the same spot.
Mm-hmm.
In the same sound. We just call it hip hop or rap or whatever the case may be, and just paint it all one color. But I think that's a lot of it that we can try to change now. If we like I said, because it's more of a technology and all of that, and not to mention just with our intellect, man, and we just got to be able to apply things ourselves. And a lot of times we got to stop waiting for handouts and waiting for somebody else on the outside to come and change what's going on the inside. And see what need to be done and become that agent of change to step up to that plate, and once you do that, somebody else will see like, okay, I see how you moving. Just like back in the day, with Wu-Tang, when Wu-Tang, one person got signed, they brought the whole team on, then you started seeing every crew starting to move like that. And I think that's the thing, when somebody sets something off, then you create trends, and people start moving within them trends. So I think that's the trend we got to do here is create something for that boom bap, not wait for why they not, because they not, and they won't, and maybe because you was the one that has that thought. You got that thought because you was the one that was supposed to make that change. That's what inspiration is about. You get inspired, you get, not to get too deep, but you get that spirit coming within, now you just gotta exercise it with your hands. What can your hands create? You know, what can your mind create?
I like that. It's interesting. You said a few things, but I also wanted to point out, far as Baltimore goes, I know a lot of people really don't have business acumen. So when it comes to the music business, a lot of people don't even have the essentials. What I mean by essentials, like they don't even have like the BMI or ASCAP. They're not
Hmm.
connected to a way to get their royalties. They don't have song trust. They don't even have they might got a distro kid, but that's it. But they don't have a EIN number. They don't have a website. They don't have an EPK. They don't have, which is an electronic press kit for those that's watching. A lot of people don't even have, like when you playing spades, you gotta at least go board to even play. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people can't even get them books made. You know what I'm saying? So it's like the fundamentals. They got talent. They rapping. They go to the studio, or they got, it's a website that everybody using when they don't have a studio to lay down their music too. I forget what it's called.
Mm.
um, I can't think of the website at this very moment, but people record their music and they drop straight to SoundCloud or straight to
Okay.
uh,
So
Spotify.
I didn't know about that.
Yeah, offline I'll give you the information for that, because there's a lot of people using it. If you watching and you know what I'm talking about, the website for you can produce music directly with the website. It even help you make beats. All you need is a microphone.
Got you.
um Put that in the chat if y'all watching right now, but if not, I'll give it to you we'll talk offline and I'll give you that information, because it's actually, they even got auto tune built into the website and it
Yeah,
looks like
got
it's
you.
relatively free. I tried
Mm.
it out just to see, but I use Pro Tools. I got a mic right here. This a podcast mic, but my
Right.
my condenser mics, I'm not rapping no more.
I see there's a lot of AI popping up too, man. Like that's the guys that's affecting the game too. And I know a lot of people are kind of afraid of that, but I'm like, that's something we could embrace too, but I think that, I mean, that's something that's coming in. So a lot of times you gotta be on the front.
You gotta get with it or get lost. A lot of times I feel like Baltimore is a little bit antiquated or a little bit behind in
Mhm.
terms of how to move. Like it's still people, and selling records is cool when you got like those people that still want to buy cassette tapes and record players and CDs. That's cool, but that's not the way music is consumed. My car don't even have a CD player in it, so
Right.
I don't have no CD players around my house. The only one, maybe this computer that I'm on has it, but I've never put a disc in here before. I got old laptop maybe, but that's inconvenient. I don't walk around with no Walkman and nothing like that. Everything comes straight to my phone. So
Right.
we gotta find a new way. We gotta find a new way to get into it. Like speaking of, this was something that was given to me. This is a plug. I won't even hold it up too long, but a producer gave me this. That's the album. You turn to the back, it got the scan code right on it. You know what I'm saying? That's the
Right.
album right there. Once I
Right.
scan it, the music come right up. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So it's like we not in the era of ringtones no more, where people
Mhm.
buy music the way traditional ways. Now you have to find a new way to get your music off. Music like just like an accessory. It ain't like how it used to be.
Mhm.
Um, in my opinion,
No, no, right.
if you selling records and you doing it, you didn't figure something out. And
I would look at it two ways, right? Because I see a lot of the brothers, like especially the ones that we mentioned that's a part of the show, right? They still press up. They got cassettes, they got CDs, and they got vinyl, but that's mostly overseas market.
right,
Overseas, you still got a lot of collectors that want something tangible in their hand. But
100%.
what I'm trying to do is bridge that gap, right? So like right now, I got it on the way. Right now, I got the USBs, right? But they look like cassettes, like right to the classic. It's in the case. It's all it got the layout on the inside and all of that.
It still give you that feel, but it's a USB.
Right, and they could just plug it in their car. They could plug it in their computer, and then it's even going to have the QR code on it, so you can still get the download as well.
Mm.
And be able to bridge the gap of the two, man. So the collectors that want to have something to hold, they'll have that, and the ones that want something to download, they'll have that as well.
And
And
that's to get around, work the system, because nowadays I just feel like a lot of people kind of behind, because these new kids, these new babies, bro, they coming up, they want to learn music. They 18, 19, they following in our footsteps of getting into the multimedia, the Facebooks, the YouTubes, the Twitters, the Instagram, the TikTok. Nowadays, everything microwave. Like it don't take long for you to
Yeah.
like when I show you that website, you're gonna be shocked. Like that website do everything that Pro Tools do.
Right.
And and it's free.
Mm,
It's
mm,
not,
mm.
obviously it's not the industry standard, but that'll get you close. If you
Right.
can, that'll get you going. Like there's no reason why you can't get a buzz. If you hot and you got motion, there's no reason why you can't get going.
And you said something earlier that I want to tap in on too, you know, because like a lot of times, like you said, you talked about the creatives and the business, right? And a lot of times those was like separate form worlds, right? Like the creatives never thought about the business aspect, and those that was business, you know, they was the managers, they was something else. But I think, you know, going into the new age and the new world, you
You
gotta
got
be more than that.
you gotta be both.
Yeah, and that's even when people
People
started talking about brand, right? And I think even Jay-Z, when he said, "I'm not a businessman, I'm a businessman," you know what I mean? So even those things like planting the seeds of you got to think about more, because who's gonna take, you know, if you're not gonna take yourself serious and want to generate money, who else will? And if they do, that's when he talked about jerking, right? People jerking people, but the first law of nature is self-preservation,
Mhm.
right? So like even if somebody comes in to quote unquote help you, you know, they thinking about how they can help themselves first. You know, it's nature, right? You know, you should actually expect it, unless you got your business acumen. So y'all forming some sort of partnership. But if you're completely in the creative realm, you can't even make those type of negotiations. You know, because all you want to do is be in the studio and you in la la land, right? You know, but like I said, you know, but you know, it's survival of the fittest out here, and what they call that natural selection, right? So just as times evolve, we gotta evolve with the times, man. And that's the thing. So I mean, a lot of times, I mean, to be honest with you, the record companies is not needed if you know how to set yourself up, because you can get sponsorship and lending and funding from other things, you
100.
know, and not need the label. Create your own deals, create your own, even your you know, your replay payments and all of that. But it got to start here first. So a lot of times we got to study the terrain that you in, you know, because if you're not thinking like a predator, you may be one of the prey. You might be the prey, you know, and
It's
unfortunately that.
possible to become independent. It's
Right.
possible to become independent.
Absolutely. I mean, because that's the other thing, man. You know, like you don't need, you just need a certain amount of fans, man. You know, just having a thousand fans can change your life.
Especially, I'd rather have 1,000 fans willing to pay $500 than a million fans willing to pay $1. You
And
know,
that's the thing, right? Because then once you know how to create an experience and you bring them into your world, you got your website, you got things going on, you got your shows. Maybe you can connect with other artists or even have a crew. Now y'all can set up a tour, you know, and just pull people into your website. Every time you go state to state, open mic to open mic, release after release. And now it takes some time, but every investment takes time, you know. If you in the stock market and the crypto, you putting your money in, it's going to take time for that to compound interest, right? But we don't think about the time investment, and let your time investment compound interest, you know, and sticking to a thing over and over and learning from your mistakes. A lot of us are scared of making mistakes, but that's the stairway to success is driven, by mistakes, learning it, coming back to the lab and say, okay, we messed up here, how can we tweak this, how can we get better? Look at the corporations out there. Not to mention, do you believe in yourself enough to invest in yourself? You're waiting for somebody else because you probably don't want to put $1 behind your project. You don't want to put $1 in somebody else's pocket. But look at the corporations, look at Coca-Cola, look at Pepsi, look at all the billboards, look at how everybody else fights for your attention and how much money they spend behind getting your attention. Right.
marketing and promotion. They the two
Right.
biggest pieces that most artists. Let's limit it to our city. In Baltimore, we struggle with marketing and promotion. When you open your phone, the first thing you see is a rapper from another city on Facebook. It ain't
Mm.
really unless your Instagram only Baltimore stuff. which, to be honest, most people listen to, mainstream artists too. So it's like marketing and promotion is the two biggest things. Like you said, Pepsi and Coke. When you see a sale, they give you $5 off a case of Pepsi. You know what I'm saying? $5 off.
Right, you got coupons getting mailed to your house. You driving past billboards. You walking in the supermarket. It's big displays, bigger than you. You
Yep.
know, and this ain't by fault. This by design. But you think you too cool to, to go pass out flyers and not whatever you got to do. You know what I mean? Even to post on social media.
Mm-hmm.
Even though that's a low level version, but you don't do that enough. You might post something once a month, or you might have you was working on your album all year and ain't say nothing about it. Then you gonna drop and say my album drop on Friday. So what? You ain't build up no anticipation.
Like what I want.
No anticipation.
No anticipation. No clientele. No customer service. No sales retention. When you buy stuff from a store, when they get your email. When they get your email, now they telling you on Thursday we already have Balenciaga on sale. Everybody up the store trying to buy Balenciaga because they seen that 20% off. You know what I'm saying? We don't do stuff like that when it comes to the music. You can get a case of chicken on sale. You know what I'm saying? We get everything else, but when it comes to the music, entertainment, we forget that is the other side to this. Everybody just think because they can rap that that's gonna sell. I don't care how good you rap, because if I don't like you as a person, or I don't like how you dress, if I can't relate to you, I'm not gonna listen. I can't feel somebody. If you're not moving better than me, you don't drive a car better than me, but you talking about fancy cars, I don't want to see you talking about fancy cars and you renting or you catching a bus. If I seen him on a bus, he got Balenciagas on and they dead. You know, let's keep it a buck.
Now, but you said something very important, man. Like a lot of times, that's the key. I think that's the number one key in selling and marketing anything is you marketing yourself first. You have a product, but behind the product, it's like leaving these companies, the companies that got great CEOs that you can connect with, excel, like Steve Jobs, he was somebody that was polarizing. Elon Musk, you take these individuals from those companies, which are great companies, but you brought on to the characters, and that's, I think that's another thing.
You eat with your eyes. Think about it. You ever been to a restaurant and the food come out ugly?
Yeah.
Take this back.
Yeah,
when you scrolling through social media, if it don't match what you want to see, skip. People not even getting the words out their mouth before you skip. You know what I'm saying? Right. You got less than 15 seconds, 8 seconds before I don't want to hear.
That's that frequency. That's that energy. If it's not being felt, it ain't being felt. And you can't.
The song gonna be funny before the beat drop. Soon as you hear, I don't like, he gone. Skip.
Right.
I'm not giving more than 15 seconds. Time is of the essence. Time is money.
Ladies used to give you 10 seconds, I think, back in the day. They look out your demo, and if you ain't grabbed them in 10, 15 seconds, you out of here, kid.
No, this ain't it, cuz. We out of here. Blood, this ain't it. It don't matter where you from, where you come from. Everybody saying the same thing. As soon as they hear it, or they look at you like, I'm not buying your tape. I'm not listening to you rap. Like, or you got bad stage presence. I'm already checked out. Like, I'm already looking around the room to see what everybody else doing. Let me go to the bar.
Presentation is everything.
Presentation.
And that's the thing. That's the thing, man.
Marketing and promotion. If you can't market yourself, you can't promote your music, you're not going to win in this game. This is the most competitive thing ever. It ain't just Baltimore that's like this. It's competition because it's a million people. Basketball the same way. Football the same way. Why would I pick you when I can get this person that looked the part, played the part, he followed directions, and when I hang out with him or I listen to his music, it make me feel like I'm a better person. Michael Jackson was great at that, man.
Right.
It made you feel alive. You listen to his music. You know, think about it. So that's any genre. Women, when people say Beyonce name, it brings so much attention to them, like Beyonce, and then it come with something. A lot of these rappers don't come with nothing. It's just, I've been rapping for 15 years, yo. everybody a legend, but don't nobody had nothing behind. It's a lot of paper legends out here.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? And that's no disrespect. I mean, but when you really look at it, a legend is somebody who broke barriers. If you did that, then you a legend. But if you
Right.
haven't broke through that blockade, you you just a gatekeeper in a city where everybody gatekeeping.
Right.
You ain't a legend if you haven't been able to put nobody else in position to make money. That's why I always shout out my favorite artist in our city right now is YG Tech. Look at all the stuff he have done for our city. Far as he got other artists coming on these cards with him. He got other artists from other cities playing playing these spots. He got the right beats. He had DTLR looking like Funk Flex when he did that. He got the store. He got the clothing line. His brand speak for itself. And when you
He
hear
just
his
opened a
music,
restaurant too from
yeah, yeah, and I think he got a trucking company too. I don't want to. I ain't glazing him. I'm just saying.
Right.
It's the point I'm making is when I think of an artist, I like when you see him, he look like he rap. He looked like he got it together. He positioned Moose like that too. Moose got a community of people that talk like him. They love his music. You go over east and ask who their favorite rap is, they're gonna say Moose hands down, and they're gonna stand on business behind him. There's nothing you can say. When Scooter was out, Scooter had that sound. Everybody, you play his song or that YGG Tay in the club. I can't think of the other dude right now.
Right, but that's music, right? And that's the thing. Like, you know, a lot of people, we go in the studio, but are you producing music, right? And music, right? The root word muse, right? That's something that inspires.
Etymology,
right? You know what I'm saying? So it's like, are you really creating music? Are you inspiring people? Are you inspired by what you're putting out there? Can it move something? You know what I'm saying? You know, can it move emotion? You know, and we call emotion electric motion, right? You know, something that charges you to move one way or the other. You know, can your music do that? Can it move somebody to do something? Even if it's negative, you know, I mean, sometimes music, when the soundtrack, the drive-bys or whatever the case may be, not saying that it's positive, but it still moves somebody to do something.
No, that's facts. And it's a lot of music. This probably gonna sound bad, but it's a lot of music that's not that good, bro. Like it's everybody rap, yo. I think everybody rap, but nobody taking time to really craft. There's a lot of albums. People got new mixtape every week. Spotify got millions of bazillions. I'm saying bazillions. I'm making that up. But
right. If I was gonna say it though, right?
Yeah, it's a lot of music, and it's not good. It's just not good. And we got a city where artists is actually talented, and it's just not getting the looks
it's
because
yeah.
It's not getting the looks, and that's across the board. Not just boom bap, not just trap, not just drill.
Absolutely.
It's just music in general. We got artists of every caliber, creed, color, and genre here, and it's like styles, the way they dress, the way they talk. There's a lot of people here that are innovative, and I just think they don't understand the music side, like the technical side. They might know how to lay down a verse and get it mixed. That's it. They're not mastering their songs.
It's science to everything, man, and we gotta apply the sciences, man, and not disrespect the craft, disrespect the culture. A lot of people put a lot of work, and it's a lot of mind power that's going behind the things that you see. And I think a lot of people just think it's just we freestyling everything, right, and just putting it out there and hoping things happen. You know,
and if you can do that, that's thumbs up. It's just not everybody got that, and, you know.
Yeah, but it's the science of things, and then it's always a team. Like, even though we may see one individual, we may not see that team that's behind him. And that's another thing too, developing that team and finding your team and finding people that will pour into you. You know, sometimes you got that one amongst you, and in that team, you should know, that's him right here, and let's get behind him or her.
That's gonna be hard for us in our city, and I don't mean that for everybody, but for us, a lot of people don't want. Everybody don't want no Cisco in the front. You know what I'm saying? They might want. Everybody want to be number one here.
Right. Nah, and I think that's something we need to disabuse each other. Not to mention, not only this, not saying that it can't be multiples, but knowing it's your time. Timing is everything. It just may be that brother or sister season and help them in their season. And when you become, you'll get more favor when it's your season because you get what you put out. So
Hmm.
you support somebody else in their season, and they may come back and help you, and then your people see how you move. They like, yo, I saw how he worked with that brother. I'm gonna do the same thing for him. But if you snaking him, your people snaking you, it's like everybody got that same mentality. But if you can move a certain way, and like I said, the examples are before us. We see it. We see people that did it, and it worked in other cities, like you said, mentioned earlier. It's like we just got to see what happened before us, what they did, and follow the blueprint. You don't even have to recreate anything. It's a blueprint already out there.
Hmm.
Now granted, I mean, times have changed, but I believe they changed for the better for the independent artists.
Yeah,
When
yeah,
you
100%, 100%. You do not need a deal now.
Absolutely, man. There's different ways of doing it. Like I think I mentioned to you even before, man. Like even with this project, the Mona Lisa, we created an artwork and we try to make that an NFT, and even make that another way where you can invest where the fans can invest by supporting. And
Mm,
how now you can get paid off of buying the album. Like imagine that. You know what I'm saying? And that'll change the game as well. But it's different opportunities out there. But that's something we gotta learn it and be willing to take risks. Like I said before, each investment is a risk. But you
mm.
already taking a risk. Whatever you put your time into, that's an investment.
High risk, high reward. You know what I mean? You got to. Sometimes you gotta step out there on your faith, believing in yourself, believing your talent, trusting God. You have to be able to know when it's your time. Time, like you said, timing is everything. Sometimes you
Mhm.
can't be the front man. Sometimes you need somebody else. Like that's what they got running backs for. Running back run up the middle or get that breakout speed to that first down. That first down, you
Mhm.
gotta get that first down. Sometimes you gotta have an artist that he good for the people. You might be the sage of the group. You might got real slick lyrics, but you not rapping on no top 100 beat. So let that man who do that top 100 work get y'all that audience. Once y'all build that community, now you drop your heavy hitter. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm. Right. And that's it, man. Just come with a plan, man. I think everything, they said plan your work your plan. Like I said, this old stuff, that term been out for a long time, but that's the thing, man. And that's the thing, being able to create something and knowing when the time is there, learning the business, learning the creative, or creating that team with, okay, yo, I'm locking down the creative side, you lock down the business side, and let's come together.
Yep.
Let's
And
come
people got
together.
to be willing to listen, willing to
Mhm.
listen. But man, this was a good build. We gotta make sure we do our quarterly build. You know what I'm saying? And
Absolutely.
me to whoever you think should be interviewed next. We'll talk. Um,
Absolutely. Absolutely,
before I
man.
let you go. Remind me where we can find your music at.
Okay, well, I'm Amadaye the Apostle on all streaming platforms, right? And I got my own website, AmadayeTheApostle.com. That's where you're gonna be able to see, my music. You're gonna be able to tap into the videos, be able to tap into the movement. Just I say, just join the tribe. You know what I mean? Subscribe and join the tribe. You know what I'm saying? Because it's a lot of other information, a lot of things we doing for the community, for the children. We trying to, food co-ops and a lot of different things, man. Like I said, it's bigger than music at the end of the day. It's a whole movement, a whole community and a whole organization that we bringing forth before you. But like I said, that's Amadaye the Apostle on all platforms. You can type it in on Google. I'm gonna pop up. You know, um, Amadaye, Amadaye, the Apostle, spelled exactly how it sounds. And also the urban healers dealing with health, wealth, and knowledge itself. So, that's another thing. We start developing a platform where we have these important conversations. I want to have solution-based thinking, coming out, and to the point where, we always talk about the problems, but let's start laying out the solutions to these problems, and laying out, and building a different lane, most honorable Elijah Muhammad said, just sit a clean glass of water next to the dirty glass of water, and let the people decide what they should drink. And that's what we're gonna do.
I like what you said there. Um, you know, bro, I appreciate you for coming on. Remind us the date of your event, your album
Absolutely.
party.
The album release party is February the 2nd. Dual album release starring Amadaye the Apostle and Sister D, with the assistance of the God Planet Asia, with the assistance of Snook the Crook, Ill Conscious, Black Chakra, D Skills, K Mac, and a host of others. Apologies for not saying all the names, but it's going to be at the Sizzle out in White Marsh. And like I said, that's going to be on Eventbrite. You're going to see all the promotions everywhere. We doing the promotions everywhere. Shoot, I might be hitting an event right after this, just to be in mix with the people, you know what I'm saying? But, like I said, that's February the 2nd. The joint's called the Day of Reckoning.
The day of
That's the name of the event, the Day of Reckoning. You know what I'm saying? And and
PM, 9 p.m. What time does the event start?
it starts at 8 o'clock. Now it's gonna have a happy hour before then, where you can come get your drinks, mingle in the spot from 6 to 8. And vibe out. We're gonna have King Freeman on the wheels of stills. You know what I mean? Just doing this thing. But then at 9 o'clock we going in. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, it's gonna be a milestone for the city. I think it's gonna be one for the books. The brother Planet Asia hasn't been here in a long time, so he's excited. We want to get the people excited for him and with us, because we're gonna celebrate, man. Like I said, it's a lot of reasons to celebrate. Me honoring and presenting the Mona Lisa to everybody, presenting my wife as that hip hop Mona Lisa. Now we have our own Mona Lisa. We got a masterpiece, and it's something that I want us all to embrace. Because this is something that, like I said, I always say, like, they always snatch stuff from us. I'm snatching it back. You know what I'm saying, and representing it out to our people, and something for our culture, and something for us to embrace and be proud of. And I can't wait to see, like I said, the response of the people, because I did it with y'all in mind.
My man, listen, everybody, that was my man Amadaye the Apostle. I appreciate him for locking in on the channel. Hit that subscribe button if you friend or family. If you want to get tapped in with me and be a guest on the show, reach out to the Apostle. He'll tap you on with me if you somebody who looking for me. Can with the camera,
wait, man.
Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, just hit me and we'll do business. And I'll get you on the platform. Until next time, peace.
Peace.